let's take a closer look at Teletubbies, the famous children's show that started a new series on November 9th, 2015. You probably remember Tinky Winky, the tall one with a purple color and a red bag. He is full of energy, gentle, and a bit innocent. Then there is Dipsy, the green Teletubby, who loves music and dance. He can be a bit stubborn, but is fun to be around. Laala is the yellow Teletubby, playing with an orange ball. She is playful, but not very smart. Finally, Po is the red Teletubby, the youngest, riding a blue and pink scooter. Po is smart, sweet, and always talks quietly. But there is more to Teletubbies than meets the eye. Join me in this video as we explore the hidden stories and mysteries behind these characters. Beyond the bright colors, we'll uncover the emotions each Teletubby brings. Tinky Winky's innocence, Dipsy's stubbornness, Laala's playfulness, and Po's intelligence. So, get ready for a journey through nostalgia and discovery. This video will share the untold side of Teletubbies, showing you a different angle to this classic. Subscribe, comment, and let's explore the world of Teletubbies together in a way you've never seen before. Teletubbies, the beloved children's show, has a mysterious origin linked to a mental institution in Bulgaria, referred to as Laala Land. Strangely, the true name of this institution remains undisclosed. The narrative of Teletubbies draws inspiration from a group of children who tragically lost their lives on the same day. This cryptic connection to a real-life event adds an eerie layer to the whimsical and colorful world of Teletubbies, inviting viewers to contemplate the hidden depths behind the seemingly innocent facade of the beloved show. One day, there was a girl named Laala, which means lavender, and although she had a deformity in her face that made her always smile, she behaved like any normal child. She was like any other child, but a sad thing happened, and she was kept alone in a cold and damp room for 5 whole years, making her completely lose her mind. In her small room, Laala found joy in dancing, even if there was no music. She couldn't speak the language spoken by those around her, but instead spoke in a strangely British way. Because she did not get any sunlight in her room, her skin color turned pale yellow, which is why the yellow color was chosen for Laala in the cartoon. Since she was suffering from a congenital deformity that made her always smile, she was always smiling even when people were cruel to her and broke her leg to prevent her from dancing. Even when she was tied to her bed, Laala continued to put a smile on her face. Her story is mysterious and a bit sad. Personal fact about Donka, an inspiration for Dipsy. He was born with a deformity like others. His face was always smiling, and he did not speak because he did not complete his education. He was only 6 years old. Donka spent half his life hungry and would often throw away the food given to him, leaving him very weak and barely able to walk. He was always sick, and his caregivers never bothered to bring in a doctor to find out what was wrong with him. Since he was suffering from a stomach disease, he was always vomiting, which is why his color was green in the cartoon. Ultimately, Dipsy's character is inspired by baby Donka. Personal fact about Tootie, the inspiration for Tinky Winky. He was a 7-year-old boy at the time of his tragic death, and his story is shrouded in mystery. Tootie was deaf and had the same deformity as Laala, where he couldn't stop smiling, which led to him being imprisoned. He was a disruptive child who constantly banged his head against the wall until it cracked, prompting his caregivers to chain him to the wall. He was often left in this state until his limbs turned permanently blue, the reason for his bluish-purple color in the cartoon. Toddy and Laala had one thing in common: a constant smile, even as he had his teeth broken one by his caregivers after biting one of them. The character Paulina, or P.O., was the youngest of the 4 Teletubbies characters. She was born with the same permanent smile that never stopped, which was, of course, a congenital deformity, which led her family to get rid of her and put her in a mental institution. The tragedy of this child's condition began when a fire broke out in the institution, which led to her being burned until her skin and bones melted, and she miraculously survived. But her color turned to a permanent shade of red, which is why she is red in the cartoon. The sad thing is that despite the tragedies they have received, their congenital deformity always makes them smile. Amidst the darkness of the mental institution, the misery, pain, and despair, the only thing that could momentarily make them forget the pain and cruelty was the television. The 4 children would sit in front of the small TV, smaller than their size, smiling and indifferent to everything in life, until the day the institution's management decided to remove all the TVs, citing the high cost of electricity. In response, the 4 children decided to steal 4 sets, one for each of them. They tried to hide these devices but couldn't, so they thought of consuming them. The next day, caregivers were shocked by the horrifying scene. 4 children had attempted to consume small TV sets, and they were covered in blood with their stomachs open. Naturally, the Bulgarian government tried to cover up everything to keep the public unaware of what was happening in its institutions. But the story didn't end there. The institution went further by making the children choose their favorite cartoon characters to emulate their deaths in the same manner as their chosen characters. In the end, human rights organizations created this television show as a tribute to the memory of the innocent children. As we conclude our journey in this video, we bid farewell to our innocent children who lived in the darkness of a Bulgarian institution. They existed in a world of shadows, yet they found a glimmer of light in their small television, where dreams expanded and laughter prevailed. Let's carry their story with us as a reminder of the importance of humanity and mercy in our society. May we always be vigilant and ready to uncover the truths so that we can improve the lives of others.